Hey everyone, welcome back to another Alliance War video. This is Season 42, War 7, and we're going up against DSVG. I forgot to record the beginning part of the map and all my paths and stuff like that, but all of the nodes and defenders are in the description, so it should be fine. So starting off, we have Node 2, Spider-Man Supreme, taking this fight with Valkyrie. I've done Spider-Man Supreme on these like ebb and flow protection nodes a lot, and normally I just ignore the protection. However, there is something interesting that I learned recently about Node 2 and also Node 19. If you heavy attack to knock them down with Valkyrie, then because there's debuff immunity, you don't get the Intimidate, therefore your buffs don't convert into passives and you don't lose them eventually. So the strategy going into this is I was going to keep knocking him down so I could deal a lot of damage. What I didn't consider, though, is whenever I'm knocking him down, I'm giving him power from MD5 from the Dex buff, and that's typically going to push him to a bar of power, and then sometimes I have to try and bait that out. Whenever I do get some hits in, it deals a lot of damage, but then I'm baiting out a lot of specials, and at some point he actually gains his Blessing of the Spider Totem form from, I don't exactly know how it happened, but yeah, he started gaining a lot of power, and I'm having to bait out a bunch of specials. Looking back on it, I think it would have taken the same amount of time or even maybe slightly less time to just ignore the protection and only hit into his block and just don't do anything else. But, it's good to experiment with it. When he is in like his phased form, and you're going to miss everything, you can still hit his block. He can't phase blocked hits. So I would have been safe to hit into him there. I didn't like the opening that he was giving me. But yeah, once around here, I realized, like, okay, let me just hit into his block and not have to deal with any more of his abilities. I don't want to throw any curveballs at myself unnecessarily. So yeah, he's going to go down in just a little bit here. Probably could have finished that combo off and killed him, but just to be safe, we're going to do just 2 more hits. And yeah, down he goes. Next up, I have, an Attuma on node 11. I'm also going to be taking this with Valkyrie. This node does not have right back at it, so he doesn't go debuffing you when I knock him down. Therefore, knocking him down would result in me like losing all of my buffs. I probably could do it, just knock him down real quick and then blast him with a big special too. But honestly, I don't really like the way the AI works when there's Intimidate on them. Sometimes it's kind of weird. Sometimes they let themselves get hit when they shouldn't. They should just hold block and not move. I think Intimidate, at least Valkyrie's Intimidate, needs to be tweaked a bit in that way. Just it seems very unreliable, and I don't like the uncertainty of the AI when I use it. So in here, I'm just going to be hitting into his block. This is going to take a little bit longer than most ebb and flow protection or ebb and flow knockdown fights with Valkyrie when I don't knock them down, because he has massive bleed resistance. So all of my instant bleeds are going to be doing pretty much nothing. There I got to 31 hits and then not contactless inverted my combo so that I can start building the bulwarks. That way when I get to my special 2, it's going to deal like the maximum amount of damage. And yeah, this is a bit of a slow fight, but after the last one, I decided I don't want to try any like gimmicks to speed it up. Focus on getting him down because I know he will go down eventually with this method. And at the end of the day, that's all you need to do in Alliance War. It is take the safest route to making the defender die. Sometimes that means doing the most effective thing. Sometimes that means ending the fight as quickly as possible, but sometimes it also means just taking away any sort of layers in the fight and anything that makes it complicated and reducing it down to its most simple form. Here I drop a special 2. It does like a pretty good amount of damage. Able to get a few blocked hits in here with the Fury still up. And at the end of it all, he's down to like 13%. And I just gotta hit him into the block a little bit more. I was doing the light attack whiff to get my blocked hits in. That wasn't really necessary. Even if I do hit him normally, it's not going to deal a lot of damage. And I probably also could have sped the fight up in that way, in that regard, if I did accidentally intercept him. But I don't know. I guess I just really wanted that no damage taken full yellow bar. In the moment, I just knew what would work. Like, see there, I did intercept him. And I back. Oh, wait, yeah, he's tactic. That's why I was trying not to hit him. I just didn't want to give him too much power. I just didn't want to deal with him accidentally getting to a special 2. I would just block the whole thing for safety, but just in case, I didn't want to push him to special 2 and my instincts take over and I try and dex it and get blasted with like a 20k crit or something. All right, next up, node 19 Mangog. I'm going to be taking this fight with Omega Sentinel and using a very effective strategy with her in this meta with the global attack tactic. You're power burning on every single hit, like a substantial amount, so you can just ignore his power and like get him all the way up to special 3. But as long as he's never gonna get to it. The only way he could get to it is after I finished a combo. If a buff expired, like it does every time I knock him down, but I was making sure that I was looking out for that and trying to time it so that I was in no danger of that. Yeah, there I dropped a special 2 and remembered, oh wait, he's gonna go debuff immune whenever I do that, so instead, why don't I just utilize the special 1s to get easy knockdown openings. That way I can keep the Fury up and make this fight a lot shorter. Oh, maybe I do. No, I dropped another special 2. At some point in the fight, I realized that, okay, maybe I should just drop the special 1s instead of the special 2s. But apparently it took me a little bit of time to realize that. So yeah, Omega Sentinel does a lot of damage on her basics, especially with that Fury. She has a very high attack rating. So I'm just going to get this fight down. Slowly but surely. It's such a great strategy. Even if he were to throw a special 2, I have so many armors. I'm keeping his prowess down because I'm hitting him a lot and I'm removing them with the hits as well. So I was in no danger in that fight, and I had an invuln in case he somehow got a special 3. Next up, I'm going to be using my rank 3 Absorbing Man to take on this rank 5 Hulkling. I was pretty confident in the fight just because this is one of his bread and butter matchups. It's very difficult to die in here, especially with all the specials that I'm going to be spamming. The region that Hulkling gets in this fight is a little insane. And I wasn't expecting it to be that much of an issue, but, I was aware that, it could be a lot. Here, I dropped my special 2 right before I can get pushed to a special 3. Later on, I do get accidentally pushed to a special 3, and turns out that was probably a good thing just to give me that extra, cruelty and crit rating. I believe he gets both of those from the special 3, so... But yeah, I'm almost a minute into this fight, and he's starting to regen up again, and eventually he gets very passive right here, and I have to back up a lot to bait out a lot of specials. Hulkling has a habit of, throwing 2 hits out, a second hit after that dash medium, like you see there. So I can't just stand there and try and bait it out and not trigger the regen. I have to be mindful and respect, his ability to, hit my block. Here I do get pushed to the special 3. I just drop it because what else am I going to do? But looking back, this was actually a good thing. This probably helped me speed up the fight and deal more damage to, power through that region. But all the while, with every single special 2 that I'm dropping, I'm gaining more of those morph charges. And eventually I'm going to detonate, not really detonate those, but do a medium, light, medium, so I can get that huge vulnerability passive on Hulkling and deal a lot of damage. But yeah, we're almost at the 2-minute mark, and he's still at 75% because I just keep going back and forth between, dealing some damage and then him regenning the rest of it back up. But here we drop another special 2. I have to dash back a bunch because of his specials, and I trigger another regen. And at this point, I am getting a little worried, but I'm pretty sure that once I get that energy or that vulnerability passive on him, then I'm going to see his health very quickly disappear. But yeah, I was kind of wondering, maybe I really wish I had this guy at rank 4. There's just been a lot of rank ups that were needed ahead of him because many of my BG mates already have him at rank 4 or rank 5, so it didn't make sense for me to do it, but it'll be happening soon for sure. So yeah, once I did that medium, light, medium combo, yeah, that was very helpful in helping me in this fight quickly. Kind of added on to our fight time, but yeah, it's whatever. Just trying to get the fights down. All right, next up we have Omega Sentinel versus Absorbing Man. I went back and forth. Ooh, I forgot to edit this out. Yeah, this recording accidentally hit that button when I was trying to do something else. But going into this fight, I had two different strategies in mind, and the one I wanted to try first was the same that I used against Mangog, in that I'm just going to ignore his power. I'm going to shorten my combos and turtle up and bait heavies so that he never throws a special. If he never throws a special, he's never going to get any regen, and he's going to be very easy to deal with. I was aware of, like, Absorbing Man's AI and that he likes to throw specials even when you're holding block when he's in one of his forms. However, doing some testing and, like, getting, like, some testimony, like, from other people, like, usually he doesn't do that when he's out of his form, though. Unfortunately, there he did. So I'm just going to drop this special 2, get some incinerates on him, and I'm trying to remember what I do here. I think I do, like, bait out a special so that I can heavy counter it and get him out of his form. Or maybe I just punish here. I'm trying to remember what I do. I don't know why I'm triggering the pause all the time. I don't know why that's happening. But after a while, I kind of realized, you know what, maybe I shouldn't go for that strategy, and I decided to switch over to the second one, which is just get a heal block up, get to my special 3, make sure he's in Uru form, or at least not in his magma form, and let the incinerates tick him down. Which it's pretty easy to not push him to special 2 because of the power burn from the tactic. So yeah, here, get up to my special 3. He's got the heal block on, so he's not going to ever regen or go unblockable from the node. And yeah, I'm just going to let these incinerates do most of the damage. Cheeky little heavy counter there to pause them and to get him out of his form so that I can block freely. One more heavy, and then I think I just kind of back off here and let those incinerates take him out. Yeah. Going into that fight, I was glad I had an idea of what to do if my first strategy didn't fail. If I didn't, I might have freaked out, might not have known what to do, but that's why you just gotta plan for worst case scenarios and make sure you have, like, backup plans on backup plans in a fight if things don't go your way. Alliance Wars very much a strategy game as much as it is like a skill game. So always got to be ready. Next up, I have node 46 Toad. I'll be taking this with a Mega Sentinel, applying the heal block pre-fight. Just going to get that up, and the only worry once I have that heal block up is, 1, making sure it stays up, and 2, making sure I don't get a bunch of those poisons on me. They're not going to deal any damage because I am 100% resistant to poison damage. However, I really don't want them to stack on me too much. So once I see I have 4 there, I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and back off, try and remove a few of these. I think 4 was the number I decided in my head. Once I saw that, I'm going to make sure I back up and don't hit him anymore, and then try and get him down. But if I stack like 1, 2, or 3 on me, it's no big deal. I'm in no danger of triggering any of his abilities from getting a bunch of those stacks. I think it's like 7 maybe that I don't want to get on myself. I don't know. But yeah, with all the heal blocks up, he's going down. I did a double medium and to get a plasma on him, but because of like high energy diet, he's not going to take any damage from it. I didn't need to do that, but I did it anyways. And yeah, just really just taking him down with basic hits. He doesn't have a big health pool that I know of. And his specials are very easy to dodge, so the only threat in this fight would be the paralysis if I couldn't remove them, and the regen if I wasn't heal blocking him. So really no worry in this fight. And yeah, one more combo and he goes down. Okay, last fight of this war is another Jessica Jones. This is by far the best counter to Jessica Jones, in my opinion, is Valkyrie. Champions like Shang and Jabari with their cleanse mechanic can also do really well, but I just think Valkyrie's a little more straightforward, just so easy and just so good for a lot of other aspects of Alliance War that just makes sense to center. So Here, I'm just going to be hitting into her normally a bunch so that I'm constantly resetting that brute force timer. And I'm going to be building Valkyrie up. Not in the most efficient way, because I'm trying not to parry Jessica Jones. I don't really want to do that. And then, because if I ever need to, I want to make sure it's like at its full duration, because there is limber on this node. So yeah, outrange the special 2. I did practice... Oh yeah, here I didn't want to get pushed to special 3, but on her special 2, I did practice the timing and making sure I didn't get hit by that last part, so I would feel comfortable in attacking and afterwards. If I do get a little bit of brute force on me, I'm not going to freak out because it's doing 50% less damage because I have class advantage, and I have a lot of health to work with. So here, land a cheeky little intercept. And then just gonna get off one more special 2 in just a second here. Yeah, and she's gonna be rinsed by this. Yep, that'll be my war. We did end up, unfortunately, losing this one on a 1-1 tie. We lost on time. Very frustrating. Losing on time, I think if you get in that situation, then you did something wrong before fight duration should have mattered. So yeah, the one death we had was very, very silly and should have never happened. But what can you do? I'm so proud of everyone in my alliance for doing that one death clear. And yeah, more to come. See y'all later.